Welcome to the Back 9 Six-Pack with Mitch and Justin. Let's roll.
Hello and welcome to episode 66 of the Back 9 Six-Pack. My name is Mitch, joined as always by my esteemed colleague Justin. The week we've been waiting for is finally here.
Oh,
The Summer of 99 tour is in Cincinnati.
I'm slightly worried about Creed's playlist after you guys. I'm like a little, and I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to set the bar so low. So like if it even like creeps over it, yeah, let's get these pop. Mine's not like super cold, so I don't want to like let it linger. But I think if I set the bar kind of low, I'm hoping that they outperform that bar with their playlist, and then I'll feel better about them.
Yeah, Nick sent that text. He's a big online review guy, big believer in like Rotten Tomatoes and things like that.
Yeah.
I choose to show up and see what happens. Also, I feel like if you're worried about a set list and all that stuff going to a concert, like you're already gone. You're in your own head. You just show up and have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
Three Doors Down, Creed.
I mean, if online reviews ran my life, I'd have never seen The Departed, because, by the way, it has a terrible Rotten Tomatoes rating, which is insane. I think it was The Departed. One of those like mob-ish movies. Like had a terrible Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, I would have never seen that movie if I let that run my life.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, honestly, going to this concert is kind of a bit anyway. Like,
kind of is. Yeah.
Like,
dude, all these older bands, it is a little terrifying when they get to a certain age, because they're like, are they gonna sound the same? Because that could be. Dude, I saw Everclear at a free concert, mind you. I didn't pay to get in this thing.
Jesus.
They were awful. And Creed's different, but...
I mean, we've talked about it for a while now. Like, we're all kind of more excited for Three Doors Down, so...
Yeah. Oh, their set list is going to be banger after banger after banger. Like, they have like 13 bangers that they can play. Yeah,
they've got I said this in the group text last night. I was like, dude, obviously the Three Doors Down catalog is much deeper.
Oh, it's
I
so
think
deep.
Creed's highs are higher.
They are.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Three Doors Down will probably be a better concert, just because especially our wives are going to know more of their songs.
Oh, 100%. And it was so funny. We were playing some of the music today, and my wife knows Three Doors Down, but she was like, I can't put a certain song to them. And I'm like, you're going to know so many things. So we started playing them. She was like, this is Three Doors Down? I'm like, yeah, this is because there are songs out there that you've heard on the radio. They were super popular. It's just been so long that you're like, they were very deep. Like, they never got to they were never consistently top of the billboards, but it was they would have 3 or 4 songs in the top 25.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
What, either band, what song are you most looking forward to?
Dude, Kryptonite.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
That if we're going outside of Higher and all that, that's too easy. But Kryptonite by Three Doors Down is a low key banger. Not popular, super 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 popular between the two bands.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably, if you ask somebody on the street, name a Three Doors Down song, they might say
be
Kryptonite.
That one. Yeah, it has got a catchy name. So
I mean, I hate to just steal this take from Gunth in the chat, but honestly, Be Like That is one of my favorite songs.
It is a pretty good song.
So I'm with him on that. He was like, I might just leave after they play that. I was like, I kind of don't blame you.
It is a very good song.
But I think if Creed doesn't open with My Sacrifice, I'm going to be disappointed. I will say that. Put that on the record.
I mean, it does set everything up.
I mean, the Hello, My Friends, We Meet Again. If you don't start with that, what are we even doing?
Yeah. And then we were talking about before I came on, if this was supposed to be this is the weekend, right? This concert. Now I'm going to Luke Combs the next day, which is just completely dangerous, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, what is the weather supposed to be like on Friday?
Last I looked, not good. I mean, you're the weatherman between.
I know. I'm trying not to. I get so bent out of shape about forecast being wrong. I'm trying to stay off my weather app.
I mean, Friday, 50% chance of rain. Okay. Who knows what time of day?
Is it supposed to be 175 degrees? If not, we should be good.
87, not bad.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, we're good.
It's when it's supposed to be 94. That lawn area is going to be 160. if it peaks into the 90s.
If we get a nice little drizzle with some Miller Lights on the lawn,
will not hate it.
I'm going to be vibing my
I will
face
not
off.
hate it. Yeah. I will not hate that at all.
Oh,
gosh.
Well, hopefully you're vibing your face off listening to this podcast right now, which if you are, please click on the description of the show, subscribe, rate, and review us. That would be awesome. Send us a text message while you're there. We got another one came in and kind of inspired one of our segments this week. So we'll get to that in a bit. But real quick, little our golf check-in. You played the mid-am Met today.
Yeah,
Still in the kills, first round. I was tracking you. Things were kind of ho-hum until got the whole 9, and there was an eagle. The eagle landed.
First off, I deserved that eagle because I actually hit a ball. It's like a 2-tiered green, and I hit a ball just on the cusp of the second tier with some backspin, and it stopped on the almost on the downslope. I'm like, okay, this should have been 10 feet. Instead, it's like 20, 25 feet.
Yeah.
Buried it. By the way, the only of length putt I made all day. Everything else, burn edge. Burn edges, lip outs. Just brutal. And I told you, I was like, I shot under par, and I had a 3 in front of the number of putts. To me, that means we left a lot of points on the field, right? Like, we definitely could have been a lot better. Parred 3 of the 5 par 5s, which was a little disappointing.
Bogeyed one of them.
I did bogey one of them. I got just bad break. I mean, it is what it is.
Rub of the green.
Yep. And I did all this with an undisclosed injury. We're not going to go into how I got it. But I can swing the golf club. That does not hurt. Bending down to tee my ball up and getting the ball out of the hole it's trying every single time. Like every single time. I got a rib injury, but we're not going to talk about how I got it. We'll just leave that behind the paywall.
You might want to talk about it. Just now, people's imaginations can run wild.
No, we're just going to leave it at that. I have a pretty bad rib injury.
It would be a HIPAA violation to talk about it. So we're
I'm protecting my legal rights.
Yourself.
But yeah, I think I've not gotten diagnosed, but I'm assuming I bruised my ribs. I'm guessing.
Safe guess.
I'm an amateur doctor, so
Jesus.
But no, I don't know what it was, but maybe my body trying to figure out the injury and trying not to hurt it. But I found a swing thought that I'm like, okay. I was on the range, I was expecting to go out there and start chunking balls and stuff. Found a nice swing thought where I'm kind of bringing it in shallow, and what you should do, right? It feels good right now. The swing feels really good.
The bruised rib swing thought. It's a new one.
Oh,
it's inventive.
But I felt good about how I played today. But man, the scores were kind of low. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Come
in with 71 and tied for 9th. So.
Hey, you're in
position.
But
I'm only 3 back. So, there's a lot of people between me and the lead, but.
For any strokes gained nerds out there like me or whatever, your profile today sounds like the kind of golfer I'd want to bet on for the following day. In a matchup
where it's man, if this guy can just get a couple putts to drop, it's
you hit 16 greens, you had 30-something putts, just flip the putter a little bit, and you're
and I think I told you in the text, I was like, I didn't really have anything outside of 20 or 25 feet either. It wasn't like I was hitting it to. Because there's some big greens out there. It wasn't like I was hitting it to 50 feet and lagging putts up there. I was hitting things to 15 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, and just hitting the putts the way I wanted. I just was overreading everything. So, and then I was playing with a member, and he was like, yeah, these greens are pretty flat. They don't, there's certain putts that do break a lot, but he was like, for the most part, if you're trying to find break into something, it's probably straight. And I'm like, that'd have been awesome to know on, I don't know, hole 3. He tells me this on 13 or 14.
Yeah.
But no, it was. But one of my goals is to be top 3. Last year was top 5. So we're in the mix. We probably need an under round par tomorrow, but that's the goal, is top 3.
Nice. See any bison out there or no?
Yeah, one. They only have one left. One passed away. I guess he got sick last year or something. Passed away. Dude, it just sits there.
Yeah.
But then I heard from the member I played with, he was like, one day we made the turn, and he's hopping. And I'm
in the field?
I didn't even know bison do that. Or is that buffalo?
Buffalo bison, yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Big animal people.
Yeah, that's a weird thing for anybody that doesn't know. Stone Lake Hills out in Batavia, they have bison in the middle of the golf course. Kind of
neat. And it's funny, it was in great shape, but you can kind of tell their attentions are moving from that course to their new course that they're building.
Where's that? I don't know if I heard
it's
about
out
this.
in Brown County. It's about 40 minutes east of Stone Lake.
Okay.
For those that don't know, Stone Lake Hills is owned by the guy that owns the restaurant Penn Station.
Yeah.
I think you might know that.
Yeah.
And I think 2 years ago, he decided that he wanted to own this like super exclusive club in the county over from where they're at now.
Okay.
With like, I think they want to do like 80 members or something like that. And obviously it's relatively expensive. I think they have plans to put like a runway in so like people can fly their private jets in and stuff like that. So, but some things were like, you can like tell their attention was like, okay, they've already got like 4 or 5 holes done or something like that. Something crazy like that. So it's supposed to be, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of been secretive.
Huh.
As far as I've been concerned, like what I was told, they only offered like corporate memberships to like CEOs and stuff. So, but Stone Lake was in great shape with the bison. One bison.
How do you
bisons? Is it bisons or just?
I feel like bison is just plural, like it's singular or plural.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I take it with the concert and everything. You're not playing the club championship.
I am playing the club championship.
You are an animal. So I made it a goal of mine to play the club championship this year, and I've already just clearly going to chalk that up to an L. Don't think I'm doing it.
It's not. I mean, your tee time would be like at 10:30 on Saturday.
Yeah. I don't know. Zach's got his last soccer game. I got to be hungover from this concert.
The fact that you're calling it soccer tells you everything you need to know.
Football?
That's what it actually is. But you're calling it soccer, so you're not even taking it seriously to begin with.
Whatever.
But yeah, I'm playing in it. I kind of have to, right?
You're defending. I guess that's true.
It'd be weak of me to not play after winning it last year.
That's very true. I'm glad you're doing that.
I don't know what the strength of field is going to be like, though. I've talked to some people, and a couple people I do know playing, a couple that I'm like kind of wish they were playing for just purposes of if I do win, it doesn't get discounted.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not going to lie. We got to find a way to balance these events out. It's just too much.
August is heavy. Like end of July and August is heavy.
Yeah, so we got
events.
Club Championship this week. We just had the Stampede 2 weeks ago. We got the McGonigal on August 10th, so that's 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then Member Guest is 2 weeks from that.
Yeah.
And we're into school and everything for those of us that have kids and everything, so.
Yeah.
Tough schedule.
It's a lot. I've heard there's been talks about splitting it up a little bit, but I don't think the McGonigal or the Member Guest would move. Those are club events. Those are not the MGA, and so is the Club Championship. But
right,
I've heard those won't move. But I think moving the Club Championship possibly should be on. And I've been kind of because I used to have something every year for the first 2 years I was there. I didn't play in it because I don't remember what I had, but I had something, and I was like couldn't get out of it, so I didn't play in it. And I kept saying like we need to move like. August is hot as shit anyway. Like, why are we not playing this thing in the beginning of June or something?
Yeah, I mean, they moved the senior one, right?
No, so that's where I would love, but I know the seniors there. And we have a lot of crossover at our club where it's like seniors play also in the club championship.
I mean, September is not terrible.
That's late, though.
I guess, yeah.
That's really late.
I get not wanting to do like May or June. That feels too early.
Yeah, I guess that's probably, but then July, it's like, we have the Stampede. Do you really want to play in the club championship?
No.
Like the week between 4th of July and the Stampede? Probably not.
No.
So
I get it.
It might be the only place for it, to be honest with you.
Fair. Probably true.
Yep.
All right. Well, for the McGonigal, so this is our other big member that we play in every year. Do you guys win it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so long story short here, we are doing an official wife swap. We've debated this for several years, but you guys were coming off the Stampede Championship, so you wanted to try to win the McGonigal the same year. Same thing happened to us 2 years later.
And then we won the McGonigal.
Then last year you won the McGonigal. You're trying to defend last year. So this is something we've been talking about for a while.
Yes.
finally have an opportunity to do it. Just, mix up the vibes.
And that's why I said was like next year, if one of us wins the Stampede or something, or one of,
Yeah.
if we win the McGonigal this year, it's like we're just going to push it back another year. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for us to mix it up a little bit.
And it makes sense from like we talked about from a handicap perspective. So you'll be playing with Gunth. I think your guys' combined handicap last I looked was like around a 10 something. Might go lower now that you've shot 71.
Not a good day for the index.
After you shoot 66 tomorrow, it's going to be even bad, even worse.
I'm going to go up to the scoring team like, can we not post this?
Yeah, don't post this one.
Put it in Golf Genius, but do not post it.
And then I'll be playing with Ryan. Ours was like around an 11 or so.
Yeah, so it's close. I just, I thought about me and you playing together, but I'm like, dude, we're going to get stroked to death. Like, we're just not going to get, and it has nothing to do with you playing to your handicap or me playing to mine. It's just it's just not going to be a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be very close to like playing gross.
Yeah.
And then you and Ryan, it's like it might be like almost giving a shot back.
No, it is, because that's what happened to us last year. I think in best ball, obviously we gave, I gave a shot back or something. And then I think in the scramble, I think we were like plus 1.8 or it was something stupid. It was so if we shoot 6, it's actually like 4 point something.
Yeah, So this made sense to break it out this way and see what happens. I'm excited. Ryan, we haven't played much together. I don't think I've actually played with Ryan this year. Maybe once early in the spring before.
Yeah, probably.
And him and I always just have we've played together for so long. It's like we usually play really well when we play together. It's weird.
Yeah, you guys do.
We have like a weird.
He says he fixes you too. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He's very good about hey, you're aligned wrong or whatever, or just you're taking it way inside. I don't know why. He's always just been able to identify, or it's just a mental thing, and then I try doing something different and it works. But whatever. If
he ever looked at me with swing advice, I'd tell him to fuck off.
Well, that's fair. But see, that's the difference, right? His handicap's better than mine. And it has
nothing to do with that. I enjoy getting mouthy with him every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's fair. The good news is we'll all be playing in the same group. They're pretty cool letting us decide
we'll make
to play
that
as a foursome. So yeah, we'll all be together anyway. So hey,
it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Me and Gunth are partners in Turkey Open.
Yeah,
we have been the last 2. Yeah, it's a practice run for this year. I've got to win my own tournament.
You and me both.
I have to win my own tournament.
I just want to be competitive for once. I feel like every year we get there, it's
I feel like me and you have not played well in it the last 2 years either.
No. It's a labor of love.
It is. I think we just put so much energy into getting it going that it's by the time it's ready to hit a golf ball, it's wait a second, I actually have to hit golf balls in this tournament?
Yeah.
The tournament that we do all the printing for and all this stuff, it's I actually have to hit a golf shot in this? It's that's fucking lame.
Well, it's also tough when you're we've been pressured by the daylight, because of the weather delays, and we're the last group out, and we're trying to scramble in and then figure out the
last 2 years that we've had a pretty big group, we've been close on daylight.
Yeah, so it's tough when you're managing the logistics on the front and back end, and then you get that happen. So
yeah, but it'll be a test run.
Yeah. And then from there, member guest season, are you playing?
Yeah. I'm bringing Dan, who I work with, repaying. He took me to his member guest a couple years ago.
Nice.
So I'm kind of repaying him for that. He's a 10 or I think he just had his member. He played at 10-8.
Yeah.
So it'd be a good combination. And I think we're going to 999 this year.
So is this the same format as a McGonigal?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't explain that, but McGonigal and I guess the member guest now is 9 holes of best ball, 9 holes of scramble, and 9 holes of modified alternate shot.
Yep. And that's what the member guest is this year.
Yep.
They pushed for it for a while. They did a 666 our tournament.
Yep.
But this year I believe it's the same. It's 999, which I love that format, by the way. I love it. And everybody thinks they're all right, we're just going to play the best ball and this at even, get our strokes on the scramble. Every year, and we see it in our tournament.
Yeah.
The scramble turns out to be one of the harder parts of it. And I think it's because you put so much pressure on yourself.
Well, that and it feels I think they probably do it on purpose, but it's always on white. and it's the hardest side among them.
Yeah,
when you're playing a two-man,
almost have to, right? Like,
yeah. When you're playing it, I think you could go low on red or blue.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
White's just a little bit different because it's only two of you. I mean, it doesn't take much to get out of position. Out
of position, and it's not like they're just like all birdie holes, right? It's just like, you start out on the scramble portion with technically, handicap-wise, the hardest hole on the side. You start out on 4.
Yeah.
And then 6 is not an easy par 5. 7's, I think, the third hardest or something like that. But I think it's the hardest hole on that side. Yeah, it's just not a lot of scoring holes. Like, you actually have to hit really good shots in a scramble format to make birdie.
It's not your typical mash a driver, go find it.
Yeah, hit a wedge up there and have 8 feet or something.
No, these are like position golf holes, and yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but the member guests will be fun. It's always a lot of fun. It's a 1-day event, which I really wish it was 2, but I get why we can't. But I'm looking for it. It's always fun to get out there. And that's another one where you can kind of pick and choose who you play with. It's like, hey, we want to play with these guys. So that's always fun.
Can we dial up our foursome then?
Yeah.
I'm bringing Nikki Sticks.
Are you? Oh, my God. Then we definitely need that. I didn't know you were playing. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick and I got him to take a little personal day for once.
Oh, that's why. Because it's always when school's back in.
Exactly.
Good for him. He's grown up a little bit.
I'm like a 7-something. He's a 3 right now, I believe. So not too hateful.
I think he's played the Elks enough. Like he's starting to learn how to play
get it. Yeah. Because I think at first there was a little bit of.
There's a learning curve, and it's crazy. And I was talking about today with the guys that don't play out there much, and they're like, "There's a learning curve to playing that course." And I was like, 100% there is. And then you look at the scorecard, you're like 64-7 or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, this is going to be easy. And it's like. In the first 3 or 4 holes, you kind of get in trouble, and you don't like now. When you play it a lot, you know how to kind of get out of the trouble. But if you don't, it's kind of.
I'm feeling very comfortable at this point on red and blue. White's still.
White's so hard.
White is my favorite side because I just like the challenge of it, but it beats you up if you're a little off.
Oh, if you're
like it's bad. So
it's one of those sides where it's like you can legitimately, based on 2 or 3 shots, have like a 5 to 6 shot difference.
Oh yeah, it happened to me in league like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like I hit the ball really well. Why the hell did I shoot 41? Like, just a couple holes go sideways. But no, that'd be fun. Yeah, we'll have to dial that up then. Yeah, we'll have to be in the same group.
So yeah, we'll report back on that in a couple weeks here. But I think that's kind of it for everything we got going on. Do you have any other random tournaments I don't know about?
I do have the. Ohio Mid-Am at Coldstream coming up. I think it's like, dude, I think it's the same. Like it's like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before the member guest.
Good God,
dude. I'm more than sure of that actually. Yeah, it's the 19th and 20th. Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be you.
Yeah, dude. That's the problem with them. Like, and all the Mid-Am stuff too. They like backload into August,
right?
All the time, and it doesn't like end of July, beginning. And I know why it is. Like, because the regular AM stuff, you have to kind of get in because, like, guys like after the Western AM, which by the way, shout out the Marine Country Club in Dayton is hosting that this year, which is. If you don't know what the Western AM, look it up. It's been going on for 122 years or something like that.
Yeah.
One of the biggest amateur tournaments, probably outside the USAM in the country. But, like, that's it. And, like, these guys go back to college. So I understand why a lot of the AM stuff, regular AM stuff is earlier and it kind of front loads the summer. But
well, that and a lot of the bigger USGA stuff is early in the summer too, isn't it? I mean, like kind of leading up to right after
qualifiers,
the US Open,
qualifiers, and now the USAM has 2 levels of qualifiers like the US Open, so it's kind of adding another layer in there. But like even like the USGA Mid-Am, the qualifiers next week, which I did not get into because they're playing it at a top 30 course in the country, and it literally broke the USGA website. When it opened up. Yeah. So, but they just back, and I get why, because these kids go back to college here in like what, 2 weeks, a week ish. Right. So, it just sucks. August is just absolutely loaded with like Mid-Am stuff. So, and club events for us. So,
Exactly. Well, August this year also loaded because it's an Olympic year. Tons of sports on TV.
Tons.
Ones you don't see often unless you're looking for them. And so this was shout out to, again, don't know who left this. Put your name on your text if you want to get some recognition. Somebody texted and said, hey, can we get a back 9 6-pack power ranking of the Summer Olympic sports?
Yes, you can.
Abso-fucking-lutely. We got to start at the bottom. We're going 6-1. Obviously, a power ranking of 6 here.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't, and I'm usually a big honorable mention
I do.
guy.
This list was hard for me. I'm a noted Olympics guy, especially Summer Olympics.
I'll let you do this. I have like a bit of a take.
Okay. Do you want me to give my honorable mentions
first? Yeah.
Honorable mentions: synchronized diving.
Okay.
Low key, kind of fucking awesome. Like it's pretty good, and especially when you get people to fuck up. Like
that's fun. Yeah.
Like you gotta dig deep in Peacock to find like the qualifying rounds, because the people that make it to the finals, like I think like eight teams make it to the final, they're not fucking up. You got to get to the bottom of the barrel qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
And dudes are like pretty much doing them as cannonballs off the freaking diving board. It's pretty good. My other one is archery.
Okay.
Archery's kind of cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's just because I can't do it. So
we'll get to archery.
Okay.
We'll get to archery.
What is your take?
I actually kind of have two. One, I think and this goes for like sports in general. I think I'm just out on like the adjudicated events.
What do you mean? Like basketball?
No, the ones that are judged. Like the ones that are.
Yeah, it does suck.
Like, I get it. People love gymnastics and stuff, and obviously we have some great gymnasts, especially on the women's side.
The best of all.
The best of all time. But it's like anything where it's just like people are just randomly picking your score based on how many flips you did.
There's a science to it, though. I think you're discounting it. There's definitely a science to it.
I said it's a bit of a take, but I'm kind of out on adjudicated events. We'll put that first. Second, track and field. I'm here for the track. I'm not a big field guy.
Man, I love
which is tough.
Oh, I love the throwers
because that's that's like the oldest of sports, right? Like that's truly like the Olympiad shit.
Literally the beginning of Olympics.
But I'm just kind of like about like the
man. So I played golf with a listener of ours last week.
Okay,
he ran track. Well, he was a thrower. Like that was his javelin, and this is not because of him, but like I've always like javelin, discus,
shot put,
and it's crazy. Wild take here. Like Tiffin, where I went when I left, like they had one of the best throw teams in the entire country, which included Division I schools.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. But he's a thrower in like the field part of it. I think he was javelin, I believe, is what he said.
Yeah,
which he actually translates really good to golf, by the way.
I'm sure it does.
Like it's kind of the same movement, yeah, and shoulder turn,
and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. Not to get too far off subject, but
no, yeah. So
that's another hot take. God,
I'm just not like I don't know why I've just never been like whenever it's on.
You literally don't want to see someone throw a sword, essentially a sword through the air, but you want to watch someone run 200 meters around a rubber track. Like think about that for a second.
I think part of it is like it's hard to. It doesn't like translate well on TV. Maybe be better in person.
See, I think it'd be like worse in person, honestly.
It's like golf. Like, like they hit the ball and then like they pan to the shot of like the ball just flying through the air. Like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, what do I care?
Yeah,
Same thing with a javelin. They just like
true.
watch it fly through the air.
That's true.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why. All right. Anyway, on to the list.
Okay.
What's your number 6?
My number 6, handball.
That is my number 5, baby.
Okay. I saw a tweet. It was like my toxic trait is... And it was a picture of guys playing handball. It's like, my toxic trait is texting my 8 best friends and be like, round up the boys. We're going to go win gold in 4 years. Like, it seems like not that athletic. But when those dudes are like jumping, because you can't throw from inside a certain line, dudes are like jumping and they're like 3/4 of the way there throwing fastballs. Like, it's an exciting sport. It is.
Yeah, I've
watched a lot of handball the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's an easy one just to like have on. Like, even if you're looking away or whatever, you can come back. It's just, it captures your attention a little bit. My number 6 is archery.
Okay.
Archery is just sick.
It is. It's just like, I cannot do it, right? Like, would never be good at that. I don't know why.
Yeah. This is, I mean,
and
doesn't
it goes
mean
back
shit.
to the roots of
it's like a
the
hunting
Olympics.
thing, and I like whatever. And like in middle school gym or whatever, they'd like set up the archery, like the targets, and you'd shoot like the compound bows and shit.
I do remember that,
dude. I used to be so good at that.
Really?
Like, I mean, I was 12 years old. I'm sure it translates to nothing.
Yeah.
But
because I don't think they're compound. Like, I think they were like legitimate bows
for sure. But yeah, that was always sick back in the day when they'd pull out the archery targets.
That was
in
a
gym.
lot of fun.
Also kind of wild they let us do that, but the other thing too I like about archery, and this goes for a lot of the sports, like there's both like individual and team elements to it. I'm big on the sports where there's like multiple disciplines, I guess you would say. Yeah. So that's always cool.
So we already know you're 5.
5's handball for me, yep.
Mine's a little lame. I went golf. I do enjoy it. I like it because of what we talked about last week with the whole Ryder Cup question. Yeah. You kind of see guys, you're like, I didn't even know this country had a golfer. Like, you know what I mean? True. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. I hate the course they're playing this year, but I think maybe it's just like bad memories from the Ryder Cup.
I think we need to give it a chance. I think it's bad Ryder Cup memories.
Yeah, I think that's probably more what it is.
I think I'm not there yet with golf. It's not my top 6, but like I think it has a chance because they're going to like, this is a course we kind of know. Next time around, we're going to have Riv for the Olympics. Yep. Like, I think the venue will matter, especially when it's like on American and European soil, right? Like, the first one was in Brazil. They had to build the golf course.
Yeah, which is just sounds like a nightmare, by the way.
The next one was in Tokyo, which could have been cool, but it was COVID, so there was like no fans and stuff. Yep. I think now that we've got like, we're on European soil, it could be kind of Ryder Cup-y vibes if there's like certain players in contention.
Well, I saw Americans heckling Rory today.
See? Yeah.
During the practice round.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we're going to have Riv next year, which is always sick to see Riv.
Yeah. In 4 years, that'll be so good.
Yeah. So, I'm with you. I could see it could hit my list in a couple years.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you think there should be some kind of team format
and
too?
That's why it's not
because like
here.
The gymnastics, like they have individual, but like within the team format, there's individual stuff. Like I feel like there's an opportunity there, and I really think that would be. I mean, look, there's just some countries that are just not going to field a team, right? But I feel like there's an opportunity there to make things really interesting.
The Olympics happens over 2 to 3 weeks or whatever. Like, so you're telling me you can't break off? There's a segment of countries that have so much golf talent that they can form teams, and you can do like an 8-country field or whatever, and they do something. I don't know if it's match play or whatever.
Yeah, or even if you just like some kind of like, hey, you have 4 guys, you count 3 scores, like you throw out one, something, and do something like that. I feel like they're missing something with this, just being an individual, event.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the format, that's the reason why it kind of gets dinged for my purposes here.
I don't hate that.
Number 4,
track and field.
So you combined them.
Yeah, I did, and as I just said, I like the throwing stuff a little more, but look, the 100-meter dash is always electric, obviously, because of Usain Bolt and all that. But the running stuff, like I think the team running stuff, like the 4x100, the 4x200 hurdles and all that stuff is awesome. Like that running. Yeah. Sitting down and watching a 1,600 meter, kind of out on that. But like the distance stuff, but like the stuff that you have to watch for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, that I'm in on that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Much higher on my list, but we can get into that when we get there. My number 4, kind of like your golf being a boring one, I put basketball here, which I get. I think we're a little spoiled because we're on the American side, and obviously the teams are so good. But similar to what you said about golf, where it's like you don't even realize like a country has that good a golfer. You get these like massive NBA and WNBA stars that go play for their country, and they're like the person, like literally for their whole country. Like
literally. Yeah. Like France was one of the first ones where it was like, they got kind of good. Yeah. You're like, oh, like they've got 3 NBA guys. Yeah. But like, dude, South Sudan, they just won their first ever basketball game in the Olympics. Dude, but they've got like some dogs, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And like the one guy I think just got drafted this year, or is like going into college, is gonna get drafted. But like, dude, they've got some good players. Like, an African country. That's how big basketball has gotten, though, internationally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's kind of crazy.
It's grown a lot. But, so between, like, seeing just, like, these countries that have, like, a star or whatever, and then also, like, the tradition of, like, the U.S. team being that good, and back to the dream team and all that. And, like, there's a cool element of that. I mean,
yeah.
LeBron, whatever, some people love him, some people hate him. He was a flag bearer. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but the dream team, like, that's really, I can see, like, if I'm going back for nostalgia, like, I can understand why that's on the list. Like, it's not on mine, but.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's just, you think about, like, the All-Star game and, like, how good both those teams are. Well, now you have, like, all of them from both teams, the best of the best from both teams. It's, like, crazy how good they are. Yeah.
Yep. That's not bad. I get that, though, like, having, like, Wemby for. Yeah,
dude, look at Jokic for Serbia.
Like, yes, it's like it's kind of crazy because there are those one-off guys that
for a
go
while,
play in the NBA.
You had like Ginobili for Argentina. Like,
yeah, dude, it's like such a so random.
Yeah.
All right, 3. I thought this was going to be higher on my list, but when I started listing them out, swimming, I thought it was going to be like 1 or 2 for me. Again, some nostalgia, right?
Okay.
Watching Phelps win, all those gold medals in Beijing, I believe, kind of got me hyped about swimming at that point. Especially that team event that they somehow came back in. Dude, that was such an electric moment and like Olympic
probably the
history.
most memorable Olympic moment I have.
And that got me into like swimming from there on out.
Yeah.
But I love swimming. I especially, again, team events like the relays and stuff. Love that. I think those are so much more entertaining. You got guys at the end of the pool just like cheering them on and stuff. Like it's good.
I guess we'll just spoil it. Swimming's my number 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of that. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think part of it is like the Michael Phelps of it all, right? Like we were right in that.
Right, we had the GOAT.
We were right in that pocket of like the age to like appreciate him, right?
Yeah. Like I think what was it? Beijing 08?
Yeah.
So
it was like we were high school and all that. Yeah.
So kind of knew what was going on. Yeah.
And then also just like the whole, there's something aesthetically good about the swimming events. Like there's
it's always a good camera angle.
Yeah. And you got like the full field. They got like the Olympic record, the world record lines, and you can see like how they're tracking.
And they got the graphics.
The graphics are perfect.
Notch. Yeah.
Look, Dan Hicks is, whatever on golf. He's electric on the swimming stuff.
Yeah, he is.
Him and whatever the other guy's name. It's like Rowdy or I think it's Rowdy.
Yeah, I think it is.
They're just electric in there. And then I love the things that have like you have like the heats like to get to the final, right? Like those are just as good as some of the finals and stuff.
Yeah, because it's not about how you finish in that race. It's about the time that you finish in. Like you could have a heat where no one makes it out.
Yeah.
So like they're essentially racing a time, not necessarily like the race itself.
Exactly.
So, which is always but then they go and it's like the finals is like you're racing that race, right? So it's
and then again it's
interesting.
It's another sport where you have multiple disciplines, individual, team. There's relays, there's length, there's sprints, there's different stroke, there's all kinds of stuff that like I just enjoy all of it. Like there's something about it just captures me for the Olympics.
Yep. What was your 3?
My 3 is beach volleyball. I don't have a good reason for this. It's just fun. Like, it's just fun to watch.
Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh. It's like we had the GOATs.
Probably part of it,
and like, kudos to NBC. They've always spotlighted those people. And that's what they did, right? Like, and it made us love it.
I think I'm just realizing I like the stuff that's like easily digestible and just like kind of faster paced for the Olympics. I don't know.
Yeah, beach volleyball is good.
It moves fast. It's
and frankly,
2v2.
Like, and this is gonna sound so like scummy, but like the men's beach volleyball is not as exciting as the women's, and I think it's because it's so easy for them and they cover so much more court. Like, dude, I saw one of the women's American team like the final volley. Like they won the first. They won the first match.
Yeah,
and the second match, like the final point that they won to win. Dude, it went on for like 4 minutes. But I think it's because they don't cover as much ground and it's not as easy. So it's like it kind of makes it more entertaining from a viewing standpoint. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, you probably want to see it. Yeah. Look, that doesn't hurt. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't hurt. But
I think, too, with the men, you're probably onto something, too, where like the men's game seems probably much more like a power game. Like the points are just going to be shorter.
They are, and that's truly what it is. I mean,
there's less volleying in the
exactly.
But yeah, also this year it's like at the base of the Eiffel Tower, which is like a 6 setting.
Dude, it's such a cool setting.
Yeah,
it's so cool. What are we on to? Number 2.
Yep.
Gymnastics.
Not even on my list, which is probably bad.
I know. Well, you said you don't like the adjudicator.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I mean, like, obviously Simone Biles is awesome, but one of my early Olympic memories was from Atlanta. And that girl, I meant to look this up.
Carrie Strug?
The girl that, like, sprained her ankle. And
I think it's Carrie Strug.
Yeah, dude. Electric. Yeah. Like, absolutely electric.
Put the country on her back.
Dude, hell yeah, she did. Like, that was one of my, like, early memories of the Olympics, was, like, watching that girl with a sprained ankle do the freaking, like, I don't know, pole vault, or not pole vault. The vault. Yeah. Like, dude, talk about, like, guts. Especially because they don't, like, some of those girls sign deals and stuff, but, like, for the most part, like, they don't get paid that much.
No.
And you know, like, gymnastics in college, like, they don't even give scholarships for gymnastics. Like, even at the big schools, like LSU, SEC, like, that's a non-scholarship sport.
That's wild.
Think about that. So it's like that's why I appreciate it.
Yeah, probably an oversight on my part, honestly. I mean, it's probably one of the more, like, pure athletic,
dude. It's
events in the Olympics.
Again, kind of like one of the originals, probably close to it.
Yeah.
Gymnastics has been around for a while.
I can't even do a cartwheel, so I mean, maybe that's why it's not relatable for me.
And I got a little excited. I think it would probably been lower my list, but yesterday we were watching the Americans do their, like, qualifying or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, we have some gymnastic, like, pads and stuff, and, like, my girls are, like, trying to copy what they're doing on the. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool.
That is
like,
cool.
It's kind of cool.
And I think I saw the men's team earn, like, a team bronze, like, the first time in forever.
Yeah, they're
or
not
something.
the U.S. men's team's usually not very good, or, like, shouldn't say that's bad.
Comparatively, yeah.
Yeah, to the other talent, yeah. So yeah, they did win a medal.
Okay, interesting. 2 for me is specifically the sprinting events of track.
Yeah, those are.
I think the combination of just, like, the sheer, like, unbelievableness of, like, how fast and athletic these people are, and also this is kind of where you get, like, the divas of the athletes, right? You get like the wide receivers of the.
They're not out there conditioning every day because they only run 100 meters, right? I mean, it's like Usain Bolt. Like,
yeah, you just get.
I'm trying to remember some of the American ones, but they're all kind of like they got the gold chains on,
like
and
Justin Gatlin and Michael Johnson.
Yeah, they're flash.
Now you got like what's her Sha'Carri Richardson, I think is kind of that. Yeah, I like the flash.
They
like,
do
I'm a
have
big
a lot
fan.
of flash. Yep.
Yeah.
It was rumored that, like, Usain Bolt, when he was training in Jamaica, was eating, like, Skittles and drinking Mountain Dew every day, and it's like, I don't know how you're running as fast as you are. Maybe that's why he was running as fast as he is, like a sugar high or something. But they are flashy.
Yeah, which I think makes it more entertaining.
It's like they're like the wide receivers of a track and field team.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I love it.
I can appreciate that.
We already hit my number 1 of swimming. So
we already. I didn't even realize this, but I said women's sand volleyball. That was my number 1.
Damn.
And we watched it today. Like, it was on today.
You are a scumbag.
Look, I mean, does it hurt? No. But, like, I just think it is, like, it's less of a power game and it's a little more exciting than the men's. But I not that I don't like to watch the men. It's just, it is more exciting if you're looking for entertainment. And then, like, the setting this year is unbelievable. Like, next to the Eiffel Tower, it's pretty cool.
All right. That's an official Summer Olympics 6-pack power rankings.
Yeah, I'm glad we did that because I was trying to think of, like, how I would rate them the other day, and then that question came through. I'm like, oh, I like this.
Yeah,
like, let's do this.
All right, feel free, shoot us a text, whatever you want to do. Reach out to us to
rip me for liking women's sand volleyball. I don't care.
Yeah, down in the description, click the link, send us a text, and just tell us how big of a scumbag Justin is. That's all you got to do.
Oh.
All right. Well, we just kind of touched on it briefly. I just wanted to. Do you have an Olympics golf pick? We may as well make a pick.
Dude, I'm going to go with my boy Scotty, from convict to gold medalist in 1 year.
Yeah, it feels like that's a
true American story.
Would be nice too. With him only, he only got the 1 major this year. Throw a gold medal on top of it. Feels like a bigger year than it.
Yeah, and I think with Xander having his 2 majors, it might be a way to him kind of like. The whole thing was like, well, 2 majors is better than 1. Doesn't matter what the rest of the tournaments are, and that's a good point. But I think you throw a gold medal in there, it's like, okay, it's like pretty good year.
Yeah, and Xander has a gold medal already, which is interesting. Yeah. So could have a little 2-man race starting to develop here.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I'm going to go with, just because it would be the most, like, this would be the most this person thing of all time to do.
Oh, my God. I already know where you're going with this.
Tommy Fleetwood is going to win the gold medal.
I honestly thought you were going the Rory line.
That could happen, too.
But Tommy Wood, no PGA Tour wins.
He's going to win everything else in golf except for a PGA Tour
and it's on American soil. It might be a good pick.
Yeah. I mean,
he can't win here for whatever reason.
5-0 in the Ryder Cup at this course.
I forgot he did play really, really, really well.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just feels like the perfect thing for him to go with.
It is kind of a target course, so I'm wondering how Rory would actually do. The course doesn't set up great. Even when they beat the brains off of us, I don't think Rory played all that well.
No, I don't know. It would be fun, though.
That's not a bad pick, though, because that would be like the most Tommy Fleetwood thing to do.
I mean, it's probably going to be Scotty, but,
It's like no majors, no PGA Tour wins, but he's got a gold medal.
Yeah, he's going to have like 20 DP World Tour wins, probably some other random tour wins, a gold medal, and that's it.
Yeah.
That'll be the end.
Which is not a bad life, by the way.
No. And he'll probably dominate the senior tour one day,
He probably would. He is going to be like he's going to be the new Bernard Longer. Like
the Champions Tour, yeah.
Just go out and dominate everybody until he's like 70 years old. I love Tommy. All right,
so we got Scotty, Tommy, that's 2 podium. We need one more podium pick.
This would, because of I think of how bad he's played this year. And it just seems like he's got that, like, I'm playing for my country fire behind him, even though he didn't really play that well in the last Ryder Cup. Wyndham Clark.
Oh, my God.
As much as I hate it, I'm like, this would be the most Wyndham Clark thing to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have that good of a year. Played terrible in the Ryder Cup last year. But it would be the most Wyndham Clark thing to do. Would go out and win a medal.
I don't think so. I think he's too wild for this course. It's much more of a target course. Makes me want to say Colin.
Yeah, Morikawa. I could see.
But also Xander's just been so freaking good too. It could just be Xander, Scotty,
I know. There's got to be a wild card somewhere that we're missing.
Oh yeah, because I mean Rory Sabatini has won a medal,
which is so stupid.
Matt Kuchar has won a medal.
Yeah,
CT Pan has won a medal in the Olympics. Like there probably will be somebody.
It's so stupid that Rory Sabatini has an Olympic medal,
and not even from like the actual country he's from.
Because you remember like Brazil, it was in Brazil, right? Is that when he won his?
It might have been Japan.
Was it?
I can't remember.
Because I was like, Brazil, remember a lot of guys dropped out because they were worried about the safety concerns.
No, Brazil, now I do remember, it was Justin Rose, Henrik Stenson, and Matt Kuchar.
That's right. Yeah.
Japan was...
Justin Rose. I forgot Justin Rose had an Olympic medal.
It was Xander, Rory Sabatini, and CT Pan, I think. Could be wrong.
But like Justin Rose says like that's one of his like most cherished moments. He's like, you just don't ever get out there, like they represent Europe, right? But like he's like, I don't ever get to like represent England.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
So I thought I was always, and that when I heard him say that one time in an interview, I was like, dude, I used to not like Justin Rose. I'm like, kind of like him now. I love him now. But this was like 6-7 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I'll be interested to watch. I'm gonna say, I don't know
when
what
does this
order.
start? It start tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow?
It might be.
I don't know how to look this up. It's going to be...
God, they're just going to get so many schedules.
It might be next week.
Is it? They were playing practice rounds today, though.
I don't know. You're going to have to buy me some time here if you want me to look this up.
I thought they were playing practice rounds today. It might not be that important.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Sorry, not tomorrow. Thursday. Today's Monday.
So it's like a regular tour schedule kind of thing.
Yeah,
Is
Thursday,
it 4
Friday,
rounds?
Saturday. Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to go with no particular order. We're going to go Scotty, Tommy, Colin Morikawa for me.
I'm going to go Scotty. I'll take your Tommy silver, but I'm going to go Wyndham bronze.
Okay. All right, you're putting actual medals to it.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, I think it's time.
Let's go to the patio.
Going to the patio.
We feel better this week. You're still not drinking. I did have one. I think that's all I'm going to have.
This is purely I'm cleansing for Friday.
I don't blame you, and I probably will after today.
Yeah,
but it's only one, so
you're good.
Do you? I kind of want to go first because it's kind of tight. It's an Olympic question.
So is mine.
Is it? Oh God!
I hope it's the same one.
I'm going first. So, this was inspired, one, by my wife, and two,
my wife.
My wife. God, every week. And this thread I read on Twitter about this swimmer from the Sydney Olympics. So the IOC decided that they were going to give wild card qualifiers into mainstream events.
Hell yeah.
To essentially to developing countries to try to cultivate that sport in the country so they get better at it, right? So this guy from I think it was the Ivory Coast or something, in Africa.
Yeah.
They gave that country a wild card into the swimming event. Obviously, they just picked someone randomly. And,
shit.
Dude, he finished the 100-meter in the swimming in a minute and 58 seconds. Oh. So they said he was grabbing onto the middle partitions and stuff. By the way, he admittedly afterwards said he could not swim.
Oh my God.
So this question is inspired by this.
Okay. Oh man.
So, you read on the news, all of a sudden, X sport in the Olympics, everybody gets DQ'd for doping or whatever.
Sure.
And they've got to fill this sport. And it's going to be some random regular person. It's too late. We can't have qualifiers. Just going to throw some rando in there to play in the event. What sport are you picking?
My number gets called. They're like, hey, dog, we need you.
You're doing this sport.
Yeah. My question's basically the same, by the way. So we're just.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The first time it's ever happened in the history of the show.
I think my line of thinking would be, how much is this sport on TV? Because you don't want to look like a doofus on national television. And you know what? I'm going to add the caveat that it cannot be golf. Although we would look like doofuses out there too.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the layup pick is just put me out there for golf.
No, you cannot pick golf. But
that would be electric though.
My line of thinking would be first is this going to be on national television? Because there's some of those are just not.
Yeah. I would pick either archery or handball. Kind of maybe handball. Put me on the team. Whatever. I think if you gave me enough time to train a little bit, I could be somewhat serviceable.
Archery's a good one.
Archery's fun because I think you just kind of aim and shoot. You're probably going to sink anyway.
You're going to fucking suck.
But you don't have to be in shape or whatever.
Yeah. You're not going to have to go on hey, I need to go to the Y today and start swimming because I'm getting thrown into the 100-meter relay.
Right. Exactly.
I said rifle. That was my original thought. Was the rifle team.
Okay, that's
because I've shot guns. I'm not good. Am I going to be good? Obviously not. Olympic level good? No. But I think with some trips to the gun range over a week, I'd be serviceable. Not good, but and it's not on national television. Yeah. They might squeeze in. They be like, oh, this guy missed the target 4 times. I might end up on the not top 10, but it's not going to be live watching me, not hit targets.
You probably just get dropped from coverage, basically.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that was my first thought was rifle, but archery is not a bad
just
choice
something like that. Yeah. So I'll just flip the question then. What's the one What's the one you don't want them to be
Fuck
you're
swimming,
doing
dude.
this?
And I'm not a bad swimmer, but could you imagine
just you in the Speedo and the sculls cap?
And not only that, dudes are finishing in 32 seconds, and it takes you a minute and 25 to get down the lane. That would be so embarrassing, dude. So embarrassing. And everybody watches swimming. Everybody does.
Oh my God. It's like when you're playing Mario Kart and you're in last and he's going to finish the race. Everyone else is already done.
I thought that or gymnastics because throwing me up on the rings and I'm just hanging there.
I'd be fucking Beanie in old school. The SIG. Just still holding it. Oh my God.
Those two would be really bad.
Dude, I
want really, really bad.
Zero zero part of hurdles. I couldn't even make it over a single hurdle.
That would be bad too.
I just run through them all. Just straight up plow the hurdles.
Okay, so dude, shout out to Bova, who ran track at UC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have you ever heard his story about like he had to do like the decathlon or something like that?
I think, but
so the rules behind decathlon, I did not know this when he's telling me this story, but dude, I almost peed my pants when he got done telling me the story. So like he's a good athlete. He looks like a good athlete, but like being Big East level athlete is a lot different than being like our level of like, oh, he's a really good athlete.
Sure.
So apparently the rules of the decathlon, like you have to finish the event in order to do the next one.
That's right. I've heard the story. Okay.
He gets in the hurdles and he just said, he's like, I tried the first one, didn't make it, just kept running. He's like, I just ran right through him. He's like, I was finishing because I wanted to go on to the next event.
Oh God.
And that's what I would imagine you and I would probably do.
Oh yeah. I have zero chance of clearing a hurdle.
Have you ever seen how high those hurdles are?
There's no way. No way.
Dude. Like, you couldn't give me a trampoline, I'd get over one of those hurdles. Like,
also, do you know how bad you would get your ass beat in fucking table tennis?
Oh, my God.
We get like skunked.
Dude. It would be, yeah. Would we even touch the ball, like, off a serve?
No.
Probably not.
I don't know that I would. I wouldn't return. I would not effectively return.
It's like trying to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Like, if you foul tip one, you're like, yes. Like, you know what I mean?
I think is badminton still a sport? Because I think that's one I'd sign up for. Like if I had to pick.
No, I went through a list. I didn't think I saw it. I don't think I saw it on there.
Okay.
There was a trampoline.
No, that's like a torn ACL waiting to happen, dude.
Can you imagine? Dude, I hurt my back on a trampoline like 5 years ago. Like I just jumped and then my back popped.
Dude, yeah.
So I'm like, I can only imagine I'm up there trampolining around doing some stupid shit, like, you know. And next thing you know, you just hear pop, and I just fall to the ground.
Oh my God! Yeah, see, this is why like people have talked about, and I see some people do this for like fantasy leagues, do like the combine for the draft picks.
I've seen that.
I'm not trying to have us like blow an Achilles or whatever.
We already had a knee injury at one of our drafts.
Yeah,
like
shout out to Nick. Literally, like almost tore his knee or blew his knee up walking to draft Ezekiel Elliott. He stepped on like the drain cover in your basement and just went down.
I totally thought I was getting sued after that, by the way.
Yeah, that was a home insurance claim waiting to happen.
Oh, God. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously certain ones. Like just thinking of that guy that got in the wild card and he's grasping onto the center partitions.
Dude, that's so funny. Oh.
By the way, he did it in like a minute 52. And then like 5 or 6 years later, he just kept practicing. And he got under like 53 seconds, which they were like, I know they put this in there to like be nice. They're like, that would have won silver at the 1930 Olympics. I'm like, dude, athletes have gotten a lot better. Like,
yeah, that's tough.
That's like saying you're good at golf because you shoot in the 80s, because in the old amateur events, they used to shoot in the 80s. Like, it's a different sport now.
Maybe we should sign up to do the synchronized diving team. That'll be us.
Could you imagine up there just doing cannonballs? It's like he's got a El Cannonballo Splasho, and they're like, I've never heard of this, and I just jump off and just fucking.
Oh my God!
You got to give him some like fancy like scientific name. They're like, I've never heard of this trick, and I just jump off and splash.
Yeah, there's got to be like a back 9 6-pack joke in there somewhere we could do. That'd be our signature move. So just like rip a fucking Miller Lite and jump in, like chug it on the way down.
Dude, I thought like a belly smacker.
Yeah, straight like shotgun a beer into a belly smack. Yeah.
Oh gosh, it'd be so much fun. We used to do, because we swam in college for golf, and like the last day of swimming, it was the big thing. Like everybody got on the diving board and got up there. That's what I would imagine us looking like. Just
it'd be so horrible.
Stupid shit. Like, oh, that's a good can. Like, but the people at home be like, dude, that was a fucking sick can opener. Like that thing was so sick.
That's what we need, like the dad version of the Olympics, right?
Yeah. Well, I saw someone was like, if we put like normal people in these sports, it would probably be
Yeah.
10 times more entertaining.
It's just like they should do that for the Olympics. Put one normal person out there just to like show you how good the Olympians are. Same thing for golf. Like we need like an average handicap player to go play in some of these tournaments.
Dude, just put a 0 out there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, like they're really good.
Yeah.
Like that guy's a scratch golfer, shoots 89 like on an Olympic setup.
Oh, man.
That's because that's what would happen. I mean, like what is it? El Golf Nacional? Dude, the course
Lay
rate,
golf.
or Lay
French.
Golf. El. I'm thinking of Spanish. Dude, I don't like. There's a course rating. I think it's like 78 or something. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
So like if a scratch golfer in a tournament setup would legitimately shoot like anywhere between 85 and 89.
Probably.
But that's what they need for those sports. Is like this is like before you talk shit, this is what it would look like for a regular person to do it.
No doubt.
Oh. God,
that was good. That was funny. I needed that laugh. God,
just the picture running through the hurdles is just too much,
dude. Yeah,
especially because we know someone that's done it too.
That and I can't get the vision of like you stepping up to like the edge of the swimming pool, just in jacket comes off, Speedo, goggles.
You know how all those guys are
cap.
shaved?
Yeah,
I just got
full bear,
full bear. Like nothing's gonna hold this torpedo going down the pool. It's really hard to get any slower than I'm already going to get, so I'm not shaving.
Yeah. So good. Oh, man. Well, on that note, please subscribe, rate, and review the show. Follow us on social media at Back96Back. Again, feel free to send us a text. We love talking about what you guys have questions about or opinions on. So, and on that note, we're going to enjoy Creed this weekend. You're going to enjoy Luke Combs. Hey, go win the mid-am. Go win the club championship. Just have a.
I think it's
a
good test
week.
run. I think it's a good test run to defend my club championship. So at the very minimum.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Till next time. Cheers.
See ya. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Back 9 Six-Pack. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Back 9 Six-Pack for all your content needs. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.